Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well. It's one day left for this big game against Athletic Bilbao at Old Trafford. Look, I'm going to be really honest with you. I've already booked my tickets to the final. I genuinely have made a plan to turn up to Bilbao for the final because I'm 100% confident that United can hold out this 3-0 lead. And maybe not 100%, okay, about 90%, because this United team, we know, leak goals. But even this United team cannot throw away a 3-0 lead. No way can they do this. If they do that, I mean, I would be so surprised. I think, look, there'll be a lot of these players, if they do that, forget it. I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to think about it, but we've got some huge news coming your way in today's show. It's a crazy show. It's a massive show today because not only are we looking forward to this game against Bilbao and reaching the final for the Europa League and trying to get into this Champions League, the other issue that we have is that our team, this team at United, the players like Bruno Fernandes and others are going to be up for sale this summer. Yes, this is true. We broke this news about a week or two ago that Bruno Fernandes will be leaving Man United in the summer. Now, we got lots of comments, lots of people coming back saying, don't be silly, he's our captain, he will not be leaving. Look, Ruben Amorim and the board have made it clear that they will not be selling Bruno Fernandes. But that's an absolute joke. If you think that is true, you've got no brain on your head. Seriously, in your head, you've got no brain because Bruno Fernandes is our diamond. He's the diamond in this team, and United need the money. They need to get money from somewhere. And look, Ineos aren't going to put up the money, and neither are the Glazers. So they need this team to produce the goods. And if United do not qualify for the Champions League by this route of winning the Europa League, let's be honest, Bruno Fernandes will get sold. Not only will Bruno Fernandes get sold, I'm hearing that other players like Garnacho, like Onana will be up for sale, and United will have a complete clear out of the players that we have. Look, that's inevitable, isn't it? It's inevitable that if we can't reach the Champions League, we are languishing bottom of the table in the Premier League, something has to change and it will be a complete clear out of the players. Now, if we reach the Champions League, there's still no guarantee that players like Garnacho, like Bruno Fernandes or Onana will survive up to next season. I don't believe they will. The biggest news that we have is on Bruno Fernandes. Now, a week or two ago, we were talking about teams looking at Bruno Fernandes, Real Madrid looking at Bruno Fernandes, but the shock news is that the Saudi League and in particular Al Hilal are now preparing a huge record-breaking offer for Bruno Fernandes. In the region of 120, we're hearing 120 being thrown around, 120 million euros or pounds thrown at United. And look, there's no team in the Premier League that will hold off against that kind of offer. Liverpool were kind of on the ropes when it came to Mohamed Salah, but that didn't happen. But United are desperate for money. That's what we all know this. And will they decide to keep Bruno Fernandes? I don't think so. I think if an offer came in for 120 million, this board, Ineos and the Glazers will look at it and say, let's sell him. And I don't think even if we qualify for the Champions League, I don't think even that will stop United from selling Bruno Fernandes. Let us know in the comments below what you think about this proposed deal with Bruno Fernandes. Do United sell him? Should they sell him or should they hold on to him? Actually, it makes no difference what you believe. It makes no difference what us as fans believe. This United board will do what's best for them and their money situation. And it's clear. It's clear that they're not willing to put any money into the club. We know the Glazers haven't done that for years. And we know Ineos have joined ranks with them and they're not going to put any money into this club. So that's the only problem we've got. So, of course, players will get sold. Of course, players will get sold. And the players who will be up for sale are the best players at United, and Bruno Fernandes is clear. He's clear as he's one of the best players at United. Whether you like him or not is another thing, but I believe that United will end up selling him in this summer transfer window. I'm hoping not, because I love Bruno Fernandes. I think he's a top player. I think he's a great captain. Is he the best captain we've had? No, he's not. But he's still a top player. I think he shows a lot of commitment. I think he works really hard. His record at United, just simply the amount of games he's played, is phenomenal. And that's why I think he's really important for this United team. But with the problem with the cash that United have got, and the problems with not having any income coming in, because, you know, right now, technically, they haven't qualified for the Champions League, and it's a big ask. It is a big ask, because the next game, if we play against Tottenham, it's a one-off game. Anything could happen. Yes, I'm confident that United could go to the final and win it against Tottenham, but anything could happen. Talking about anything could happen, we saw yesterday's game against Inter Milan and Barcelona. What a game that was. What a cracking game. That game was just beautiful to watch. As a neutral football fan, watching that game was amazing. I must admit, I did want Barcelona to go through, because I just like attacking teams. And, well, look, you know, it's more of a glamorous final to have look forward to, where you've got Barcelona and maybe PSG in the final rather than Inter Milan, right? We all know what Inter Milan are going to do. 5 at the back is not my favourite formation. But anyway, moving away from that, we've got a huge game to look forward to tomorrow at Old Trafford. The job's done, isn't it? Clearly, 3-0. The job is done. United, will they rest players? Of course they won't. They will not risk that. They will have to play their best team and hope that they can get a goal early on and just calm the nerves. That's what United need. The worst thing that United can do is hold on and just play a defensive game. I think that's the worst thing that they could do. They need to go out there and get that early goal and stamp the authority on Bilbao. And the best news we've heard in the recent couple of days is that Bilbao have suffered a huge injury blow. Not to one player, but a few, 3-4 players have been injured in Bilbao's squad. So that's really good news as well. This is looking really good. It's like all the stars are lined up for United to turn up to the final and win the Europa League. Look, I know for a fact, I've heard from sources close to United that the board and the people behind United, you know, the Ineos and Glazers, are hedging everything. They're hoping that United can qualify for the Champions League and bring in that much needed finance of about 80 million euros or pounds. It would make a huge difference to United, and it would give them a kitty to go out there and buy some players. The problem is, United without Champions League will not be able to attract any top player. That is the biggest problem United have got in attracting players this summer transfer market. That's why we've kind of been reluctant to kind of link all these players to United, even though, like always, we start getting linked to Osimhen and Gyökeres and blah blah blah. But we've learnt from the past few transfer windows, we've learnt that that's a load of rubbish. What actually happens is that United have got no money to spend on anybody, and they'd end up going and spending stupid money on stupid players like Højlund. Look, I said to you from the word go when we bought Højlund that this guy's rough diamond. He's not going to be in the finished article. It's going to take a number of years for him to actually start performing. And I still stick by that. I still think that Højlund will be good. Maybe one day he can start improving. But right now he's young. He's still learning his trade. And we need to give him time. And United haven't got that. United haven't got time because they haven't got anybody else helping him. Big problems at United, but the positives are Amad Diallo's back, a few other players are back from injury, and United can start looking forward to this final, which I'll be travelling to. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I'm buzzing already. Bilbao, here we go. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe. You're watching the Man United Stream channel by the fans for the fans.